All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of trick training. I'm just gonna go over the basic commands that most people want their dog to do, like sit, wait, or stay, depending on what you name your trick. Um, with healers, they're really good with consistency. So if you use a certain word, I recommend using your own natural language. That way you talk to the dog the way you would talk to a person, and it's easier for you. You don't have to use any extra tone or anything. And that's just kind of what I've learned works really well. So also, you got to remember when you're training dogs, they already know how to do the actions you're trying to get out of them. It's more that they're trying to recognize the words and commands that you want to trigger that action. So how I started him off, when he would sit on his own, I would reward him for sitting. I would just say good boy, and just start, give him a treat, give him some praise for just doing something he already was doing on his own and naming it. So he knew his name pretty fast. Again, these are a really smart breed. They love to work, as you can see. He loves this ring, and they want to please. He was super easy to train. He knew all the basic tricks. Within the first 2 to 3 days, I got him, and we were able to work on a little bit more complex stuff and some patience training. So I'm going to go over sit. Another good thing to do with these dogs, because they're smart enough to, and I mean most dogs in general, because they read body language really well, is to get a very, very discernible hand sign associated with the command and with the action. So if you want him to sit, mine is, I'll do that, and he'll sit down. If I'm talking to him right now, he's not used to me recording, so he's trying to get my attention away from whatever he sees my attention going to, which is the camera. So right now he's trying to play. This one right here is called a Puller Ring, Puller. It's a really cool toy. You can find them on Amazon. I'm not sponsored by anybody or anything like that. These are just toys that I've happened across that he really enjoys. I'm just gonna kind of go over sit, lay down, and maybe go high fives on both paws. He also knows how to do 10, so maybe we'll do that as well. But again, it's not only the voice command, it's also the hand signals. But let's get to it. So I like to use blue wild bits. They're pretty good. They don't really mess with his stomach or anything, and they're already kind of broken down into little treat-sized or bite-sized treats. They're good for training rewards. The key with rewarding them with treats is to find something that doesn't mess up their stomach, doesn't give them diarrhea, and that they really enjoy. Because the more they enjoy the treat, the more stoked they are on the treat, the faster they're gonna learn, and the faster they're gonna understand that if they do what you want them to, they're gonna get the good stuff. So we also use the trail, the blue trail bites. They're like these baked crackers. He loves those too. He really loves the salmon ones more so than anything I found. And yeah, that's kind of where we're gonna go. So here we go. Let's get that out of here. All right, wait. Come here. All right, wait. Sit down. Good boy. Good boy. Nice job. All right, wait. All right, come here. All right, sit back down. Good boy. Good boy. Nice work. Nice job. What'd I say? Sit back down. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so I use kind of like, if you're gonna do wait with 2, I use half of that sign as his like stay command. That's worked really well for us. I didn't use this because he likes high five. Nice job. And the other one, nice job. That's his high five signs. So I had to use something a little bit different. This is just an up command that I've taught him. And then, ready? Give me 10. Nice job. So I've taught him a few of these little tricks, and again, this is all just repetition, a lot of practice. We go through these tricks all the time, but those are kind of the basics. And what really works for like the wait command is small increments. So tell him to wait and then reward him almost immediately. and then you build it up from there and you extend the periods out. Also, something that I did too is reward them after every single trick at the beginning, but then you start to space out the rewards so that they don't think if they don't get a treat, they're not going to do the trick. They need to know that someone got too close to our patio, so that's what it was. All right, Pharaoh, good boy. That's enough. Thank you. And that's something else I taught him. My command is that's enough is kind of like a leave it, but specifically for barking for him, we taught him leave it. That's one of those. If he got, the way I taught him leave it was if he picked up something that he wasn't supposed to have, I would gently go over, take it out of his mouth, and tell him leave it every time I did it. So then he started to associate me taking things away that he wasn't supposed to have and leave it, and he understood pretty fast. Again, super smart, super intuitive dog. Very cute. So super smart, super intuitive dog. It was pretty easy with him. The leave it command is a big one. That's really important out in the world because they're curious, they're gonna want to go after everything. So again, we're gonna do a little bit more sit, wait. Oh, good boy. He sat down. Good boy. But yeah, so I got another few treats and we're gonna make him sit, wait, and then come back over and sit again before I give him the second treat or another treat this time because I was just rewarding him every trick. Now he's got to know that he needs to do it no matter what. So this is just kind of a process. This is something we do almost every single day. All right, wait. All right, come here. Good. Sit down. Good boy. Wait. All right, come here. Sit down. Last one. Wait. All right, come here. Sit down. Good boy. Nice work. All right. Want to go high five? Nice. Now on the other one. Good job. Catch. Good boy. Good boy. Nice work. And then so for lay down, wait, sit. Wait. Good boy. So for lay down, I use this. It works. Normally he can just do it off the voice or he could just do it off the hand signals. I have kind of been slacking on just hand signal training with him a little bit, so he's not as tuned into that right now, but we'll see if we can get him to do it. Good boy. So it took a couple seconds for him to remember and realize, but that's what it is. And then you can teach him roll over, you can teach him different things off that command. I'll make another video with a little bit more complex tricks coming up. But yeah, those are the basics. You want to give him 10 for the road? All right, give me 10. Good boy. And that's just kind of a little bit of tips and tidbits. Again, they're nose-oriented animals. They smell. That's their main sense. So you want to get them a treat that they're really stoked to get. You also want to get one that's not going to mess up their stomach, isn't bad for them, isn't going to give them diarrhea. That way you can consistently train them. Consistency in tone, consistency in hand signals. You want to find things that are natural for you. I never took him to any of those like classes that Petco or trainers run. I just kind of worked with him on my own. And again, we've been slacking on doing what I call deaf training, where we don't talk to him. He only has to look to us for the hand signals. But we have been doing that, or I did do that a lot when he was really young to make sure he was really dialed in. And now he wants to play, so he's gonna come over with his ring. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Ready? Up. Good boy. All right, drop it. Catch. Nice job. Okay. All right, drop it. Thank you. And so this is kind of stuff I do with him every day. And again, we're in a one-bedroom apartment, so I have to do this kind of stuff with him to make sure that he stays stimulated. We've already been to the park today. He's already swam. We probably did like 20 or 30 swims. He caught the Frisbee probably 5-10 times, and at least that's a low ball on top of walking around the entire open space dog park, which is, like I said, around a 3-kilometer walk. So he's gotten a lot of exercise, and he still has this much energy and he still has this much desire to play and to work. It's just the type of dog they are. Like I said, if you're not willing to do this with a working breed, I mean, German Shepherds, Dobermans, Rottweilers, even Labs. People forget Labs and Retrievers. They're hunting dogs. They need a lot too. All need a ton and a ton of stimulation, and that's how you're gonna really see great success and have a really well-balanced dog. See you guys later. Hey, welcome back. So one of the jobs that we give Pharaoh around the house is when we get packages in the mail, he gets to shred the box. Now, a lot of the times he thinks what's in the package is for him because we do order quite a bit of product off Amazon specifically for him, whether it be bully sticks or toys. So he's always excited to get packages. As you can see, he's sniffing the box. He wants to know what's going on. So I'm gonna open it up here and take it out. It's not for him today, but he gets the box. I always check the box to make sure there's no staples or any kind of sharp objects that can poke him. And he just breaks it down for us, makes it easier to throw away. So it's kind of a cool job for him. He's always stoked on it. You gotta back up, buddy. And I'll pull the box back. All right, sit down. Thank you. So that you can kind of see him do his work. All right, out of there, bud. Everything came in one box. That's kind of cool. All right, so products out. Oh, you want the box? You want the box? Go ahead. This is what he does with it. So this one was all taped down. I already looked it over, so there's no staples or anything. This is one of the jobs he does. He really enjoys it. Obviously, it is also nice because he does get to destroy something, and it's something that we give him to destroy, so he doesn't go looking to destroy anything in our house. I've been doing this with him since he was really young. Yeah, you gonna get it? And usually the bigger the box, the more fun he has. There he goes. Here, tilt this down a little bit. Good boy. Good boy. You're fine. Go ahead. Yeah, get it. Oh, nice work. Something I trained him also on this pretty early on was not to eat any of the pieces. So he actually doesn't try to eat any of this. He just shreds it, and you can see him pulling it off to the side. Once it gets to a small piece, he just drops it over to the side. That's pretty important because some dogs love to eat random stuff. My brother has a little mixed dog that will eat anything he can get his paws on, essentially. Yeah. Is that good? No, leave that alone. That's not for you. This is for you. So he always wants to check out what came in the box as well. Like I said, a lot of the times it is for him. Keep getting it? Yeah? You done, or are you going to keep getting it? Good boy. It's a little bit of a pain to clean up when he's done. You got it. Oh, keep getting it. Where's this one, yeah? Get this one. Hey, where's your box? Go get your box. Once he breaks it down to a certain point, he kind of slows down on it. Look at him go. Good boy. Keep getting it. You got it. Nice work. Good job. Good job. Got one more piece over there. Go get the last piece. Big piece right there. There it is. Get it. Yeah. And it looks like he's done. So sometimes he'll still want to play with the pieces. Like, there we go. Bring them over. Yeah. You got it all? Is that good? You're done?
that was it. That's how he shreds his boxes.